Hi, I'm Leisha Grabinski. This is Saskatchewan. When I was a kid, my whole family would pile into our brown Chevy. This car was big. It was the 80s. My mom would pack us little yellow lunch boxes with snacks. It helped keep us quiet on the long drive from Regina to Ituna. We'd head there to visit my great-grandmother, my Baba, who lived in a long-term care home. She wore a flower scarf over her head and spoke a mixture of Ukrainian and Polish, barely any English. When we'd arrive, she'd walk to her little closet to pull out some candies and a little shot of liqueur for the adults. It's been years since those monthly trips to Ituna, but I feel this really strong connection to that place. I think it's a really Saskatchewan thing. So many of us city folks have ties to smaller communities right across the province. Peter Mills is one of my colleagues at CBC. He traveled to Ituna to hear some of the stories of that place. I couldn't wait to hear them. I also really wanted to share them with you. So let's join Peter at a place in Ituna that is buzzing with activity. Dough is being rolled and then perfectly pinched into thousands and thousands of perogies.
Diane, I can't help but notice your fancy dough shaper.
Well, you know what happened? I used to come home with great big rings around here. So I went down upstairs, my sewing machine, and I created these.
Tell me about it. What is it?
It's just a piece of flannel with some elastic.
Over top of?
A soup can.
A soup can.
Of course.
That's smart, though. You're right. Your hand would probably hurt a lot if you were...
It hurt a lot, so I made these, yeah.
Genius.
No, just creative. It's good. We have a good crowd today, and it'll fill the rinks, the freezers at the rinks, and we'll be good. Hi, I'm Diane Olich. I'm a lifetime resident of Ituna, and I'm one of the workers here. My family farmed. I was the rural administrator here for about 40 years at the Ituna Bon Accord. I've retired now for 18 years, but I've been back to work 12 times, so I'm still working.
And you're working today on pierogies?
I'm working today on pierogies.
So, just tell us, how did this all start? Do you know the origin of this?
It probably started about, I don't want to say probably 30 years ago. I wasn't involved at that time because I was still working. When you're working full-time, you don't. It's after I retired that I got involved with it. You need money to keep the churches going, right? Because the people aren't coming to church like they used to. And
it's two churches, right?
We have two churches here. So we needed something to supplement the income, and pierogies, well, they started here and they kept on, just mushroomed. And now, we made 6,000 dozen this year.
And it's just another day's work for you, right? That just amazes me, though.
Yeah, we have to come here on Thursday and bag them all, and we'll probably have, I would say, about 300 dozen at least. So, yeah.
And I know the answer, but why pierogies? You couldn't make anything, right?
We're Ukrainian. Bottom line, I guess, eh? People come from all over to buy them. We had a lady come today, and I think she took 23 bags. She was from Fort Capel.
23 bags, and a bag is what, 5 dozen?
Yeah. And we make cabbage rolls, and we sell those too, so yeah.
What do you think makes them special? Why would someone come all the way from Fort Capel to Ituna to buy pierogies?
Because they're tasty and they're hand-pinched. They're not machine-made. You can see we're not machine-made, eh? I'll do it by hand with love.
Then you want to go once over because it doesn't stick. See what I mean? Then you go again.
Okay.
And there we go.
Perfection.
There.
Hello, I'm Natty Lutz, and I'm from Ituna, Saskatchewan, and we're in the Sacred Hall Parish Hall. And we've been making pierogies for the community, rink and arena.
When did you start making pierogies?
Oh, man, you know what? That's something I cannot... I'm sure it's got to be over 20 years.
What's your heritage?
Ukrainian.
Ukrainian, yeah. Mm-hmm. So you obviously had pierogies growing up then?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Ukrainian. Pierogies, cabbage rolls. And then, when I retired, I was only 65. So, of course, the hall was someplace I spent my time, so it was good.
Who taught you how to make pierogies?
first of all, my mom. Of course. Yeah.
What did she teach you?
Just what you do with the potatoes, how you make. At that time, we didn't make them round. We used to cut them square. Yeah. And yeah, there was, I was the oldest of 10 kids, so I had to learn lots.
Everybody keeps telling me it's easy. Is it easy?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
What do you think the hardest part is?
I don't like the cleanup after.
The cleanup. Yeah.
But that's probably, but I wouldn't say that's the hardest. Making the dough is pretty, although we do have a machine for that too, so we mash the potatoes and do this here. I don't know, when you get together, none of it seems that hard.
What's your favorite part about getting together with all these people?
Coffee time, of course. Yeah, and just visiting. You're just, those are people you've known. I would say of the people here today, I think I've known all of them long before they were ever here, from long ago, yeah.
And is this the best opportunity for you all to get together? Obviously, you probably see each other at church and things like that, but...
But to get together and visit pretty well, it's here, yeah.
And how important is that?
It is important, because otherwise I'd be sitting home all by myself.
What do you hope for the future in Ituna?
I hope that a lot of the people that were involved today would keep getting involved with the community, because usually, like I said, sometimes there's only 8 of us pinching produce. Sometimes there's 20. Today it was nice, very nice. All the community coming out together. People like me can't just upkeep it because that's, getting older, and thank God I can still do it.
It's such a great pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too.
Do you mind just walking me through what you're doing?
Okay. I flatten a piece of dough here, and then I put it through here. This flattens it somewhat. I like to put it through twice, because if you don't, then it'll start rolling itself around on the bottom ones. So this makes it thin enough to, if I have to do it once or twice, it makes it thin enough to cut. Once it's through here twice, it's good enough to roll, and that's all there is to it.
And tell me about this machine. Where did it come from?
It came from a lady by the name of Sophie Obuck. She donated some money, and so we were able to buy this one as well as one for the Roman Catholic Church. And she had been a lady that made pierogies for many years, so she knew what it was to roll by hand. And this has been a godsave, really. It's so much easier using this than rolling by hand.
Well, you've only had it for about 5 years?
Yeah. Otherwise, up until then, it was all by hand.
Yeah, so how many rolling pins and things did you need just to do that back in the day?
Well, let's see. There's probably quite a few. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, my name is Helen Hillier, and I live in Ituna, and I have been here for most of my life.
And how did you start making pierogies?
Oh, well, I grew up with pierogies. My mom made them, and so that was a big part of our life, pierogies.
Yeah, and how did you get involved here, making them on a regular basis as a fundraiser?
Well, we used to make them in our church basement. We started off, and without the roller, so it was all rolling by hand. And we used to do that as a fundraiser in our church. And then, we all belong to the same. We listened to the same man upstairs, so then we started communicating with the other church, and you need volunteers for that too. So this is where we all came together.
Why do you think pierogies are the perfect fundraiser?
They sell like crazy. People eat them like, you just can't imagine how they go at the rinks. Deep fried pierogies. We serve them at our local golf course. You can't keep up to them. They just go like crazy.
What do you think makes them so special?
It's got to be the finger pinching. I don't know what else it is, because
That is my favorite part.
because potatoes are the same all over the place, right? It's got to be the finger pinching.
I do it. That pinch part's always been my favorite.
Yeah, it's it's potatoes and cheese and onions in a ball of dough, that's flattened out.
How do you not get sick of them, though, after all these years and making thousands and thousands, tens of thousands every year?
I don't know. You just keep doing it, and we're going to have them for lunch today. They're still good. Even when you've made pierogies all morning long, you're still going to enjoy a pierogi meal.
Do you make them at home or do you buy them from here?
Oh no, I make them at home as well. Yeah.
I find that so funny because, you guys make so many, but then everybody still makes their own at home.
Sure, we just make these for the churches. We have to make our own at home.
What's your favorite part about getting together with all these people?
Oh, it's just the camaraderie, the friendship, the visiting, socializing. It's good. It's really good. Yep.
Are pierogies a common Christmas gift in Ituna?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Well, and Christmas Eve supper, there's always pierogies for Christmas Eve. So you have to have a goodly supply of them. And everybody enjoys them. I haven't met a person yet that doesn't like pierogies.
Alan, pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much. Come again anytime.
Don't tempt me.
And sit down and have a plate of pierogies.
See? Ituna, come for the pierogies. I can't tell you how many people say, I get mine from Ituna. Even my dad still buys pierogies from Ituna because he knows a guy who knows a guy whose mom is part of these incredible work bees. It's so true that people come to Ituna for the pierogies, and then they stay for the people.
My name is Jodine Olich, and I live in Ituna.
And were you born and raised here?
No, not at all. I'm from Ontario, the big cities.
Okay, which cities in Toronto? Or sorry, in Ontario?
From Thunder Bay.
From Thunder Bay. So how did you go from Thunder Bay all the way to Ituna, Saskatchewan?
I was actually on my way to move to Mexico to teach, and I met my other in this world. He was working in Thunder Bay, and so 3 weeks later I left and went to Mexico, and we stayed in touch. So after I finished in Mexico early, we went to Manitoba where he was living, and then we had a child, got married, and moved to Alberta, and then had another child, and then moved to Saskatchewan where he's from.
And how did you end up, though, specifically in Ituna? Is that where he's from?
Yep, this is exactly where he's from.
And what did you think? So you just went on a huge world tour. What did you think about the idea of moving to Ituna?
It was my idea. We were right outside Regina, and it was big and busy, and I heard a lot of great stories about him growing up here, and I wanted that for my kids.
What was it like when you first settled in?
We first settled in, and we had been coming here for years, so I was used to it. But the biggest thing that made us say, yeah, this is good, is when my son was chatting online with one of his friends back in Regina area, and he said, okay, I got to go, I'm going to the movies. And the friend asked, well, who are you going with? Myself. Well, how are you getting there? I'm riding my bike. And so he rode his bike to the movies, met his friends there, and there was a pile of bikes outside the theater on the sidewalk, and that's when I said, this is what we came here for.
You know, that's something that no one's brought up yet that I really appreciate. There's like that independence or the maturity of living in a small town, right?
Yeah, and he was 12 when he did that. He would never have done that in Regina. So yeah, they got a lot living here.
So when did you truly fall in love with Ituna?
I don't know.
Did you ever look around and say, I really like this town because of this?
Yeah, so it was after we moved here, and I think commuting to Regina for work, you spend a lot of time looking around, and it was, the crops, watching them be seeded and then, sprout and then turn gold, and seeing that whole cycle over and over. It's comforting.
Well, Jodine, you are the reason that the 306 in CBC Saskatchewan is here, because you reached out, you emailed me, and I could just tell from an email that you were just so proud of this place. Tell me about that. What inspired you to reach out and highlight Ituna?
Well, I really feel like all of these people that you see here are contributing so much. I feel like they are our true leaders in this community. They're giving up their time and their energy, and they do it over and over and over again. A lot of them don't even have children playing hockey or curling or doing any of these things, but they keep showing up. And that's a quality I wanted my kids to see, how we build community.
Yeah, and what have you learned about that? Like, obviously, your mom is heavily influenced in this. What has she just taught you about all that?
Well, she says if you don't do it, you will lose it. And it's true. It's, it's easy to just keep going to the city, especially when you have to go there for work, get your groceries there and everything. But if we don't use those things here, they'll be gone. If we all don't step up, it will be gone. And a lot of small towns that's happened to in the area. We don't want that to happen here.
So how are you feeling about things in Ituna these days? Obviously, you're proud of it, but how are you seeing it for the future?
I think we have a lot of people committed to being here. We see families moving here all the time and kids changing schools to come to school here. I think there's a lot of promise.
I've only been here twice now, and I've fallen in love with this place. What would be your pitch for someone to come to Ituna?
It's the quiet. We rent our farmhouse to hunters that come up, and they can't believe the quiet at night or even in the day. Like, you don't even hear traffic. And it's, walking to the post office and bumping into 5 or 6 people that you know or that know you and aren't afraid to chat. It's, needing to borrow a tool or something from someone. And if you, mention it to one person, you have 5 people showing up to help you out. It's everybody working together.
Well, the one thing I really caught my eye is it's bigger than I thought it was. But also, it feels like you kind of have everything you need. But I do wonder, is there anything that you would like to see either come back to Ituna or you'd like to get in the town?
I think we have all the basics covered, really.
Your mom said a bar because I saw it burn down.
It did burn down. A lot of people are missing that. Somebody will do it one day. We're down to 1 restaurant now. It'd be nice to have a couple, but it's not necessary.
Didn't you have a few just not too long ago?
Yeah, we did.
What happened?
I think the lady moved away to her family in Ontario.
And so do you hope like more people will take up something like a restaurant? Will they'll reopen? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. There's lots of opportunity here. If you have carpentry skills, there's lots of work to be had. We have a big aging population that need that help. So, yeah, there's lots of opportunities.
Do you have any thoughts just on that aging population? What happens? I mean, are people like your mom going to stay here? Or do they have to go somewhere else?
We do have an assisted living home here, and we have the lodge, so those are available. It'd be nice to have a doctor here, but right now we have 4 days of nurse practitioners and 1 day of doctor. So we've got that covered, and everybody accesses them, not just the older people. But we have it set up now so that these people can stay in the community till their end of life.
Well, Jodine, we got to talk pierogies because that's one of the main reasons we're here. How do you feel about pierogies?
Pierogies have been...
You're smiling already.
Yeah, it's like the water, it's almost a daily thing. It's there, but they are the best pierogies I've ever had.
Why?
They're soft, and the dough is soft, and you can taste the cheese. And you know that it's local. Like, people give potatoes. They grow extra potatoes for this purpose. So it is local. It comes from here.
Have you ever been on the pierogi line here?
I'm too young.
You're too young. Do they not allow you?
No, they probably would, but I work, so.
Fair enough.
We do have people younger than me here that do work part-time that show up. So, yeah, they would take any help they can get.
So is this something you envision, though, for your future when, you're 70, 80, 90 years old?
If I'm able, yes, absolutely. My husband got that from the community growing up, and my children have benefited from it, and it would just be my turn.
Do you make your own pierogies at home, or do you just buy them from here?
We buy them from here. These are home.
Why bother?
Yeah, why bother? Yeah. Why mess up my kitchen?
Jodine, is there anything else you want me to know about Ituna?
Everybody's always welcome. Always.
Ituna, come for the pierogies, stay for the people. It's not the town's official motto, but maybe it should be. I'm Leisha Grabinski. Thanks to Peter Mills for taking us to the town of 700 people northeast of Regina. If you have a connection to Ituna, do us a favor and make sure you share this episode with a friend. Take care and talk again soon.